3 boom bap drum patterns. I'm going to break these down. Some of these are from older school boom bap, some are from modern boom bap, but it'll all get you that boom bap feel. I'm going to break these down, give you a little bit of tips and hints of how they're built and how you can use them and how you can adapt them to make them your own. And these are all from the Boom Bap Drum Guide, so make sure to check that out. If you're interested, if you like these, there's plenty more there. Let's get into the first one. This is going to be fairly straightforward. This is actually inspired by the RZA and one of the beats he did. So let's take a listen. Okay, so if we look what's going on here, we have 2 kicks. The core of this beat are these 2 kicks right there, 2 kicks right there, and then we actually have 1 there, and then we go back to 2, but then we add that last one there. So it adds a little bit of variety between the 2 different bars. If you think about this is 1 beat, 2 beats, 3 beats, 4 beats. This is 1 bar right here, and then this is 1 bar right here. And so that first bar is consistent, 2 kicks, 2 kicks. And then to start off the second bar, we only do 1, so add a little variety, but at the end, we add in that extra 1 right there. So it's a good way to add a little bit of variety. The snares stay the same, 2 and 4, and then we throw in this alternate kick as well. This is a really good trick. A lot of times people just use 1 kick. Use a second kick, adds a little variety, and this one stays in consistent placement. 1 extra snare thrown in for a little variety, and then we have some perks that just using this more, this counting kind of clave, and you could see there we add a little 2 there, so it add a little variety at the end. There it is. So that one's pretty solid. You could use that one. You can adapt that. Take this, kind of adapt it how you see fit. Let's go on to the next one. So this one was inspired by Ninth Wonder. Listen to one of his beats and try to recreate it. Let's take a listen to this. So you can see again, it has these 2 kicks to start out, but then the kicks, the second one actually gets separated over here. It's just pushed back a little bit. That's probably due to swing. You can either program that in here and add a bunch of swing, or you could just push it a little bit. And same thing with the hat there that kind of follows. These are stacked, right? We have these hats stacked on top of the kicks. Same thing here. The snares stay the same. It's just going to be 2 and 4. That's pretty much a staple throughout boom bap. As you can see, as well as like these double kicks as well. It's just how do you do them? Is it kick? Is it kick? And then how do you kind of add some variety here? So and that's what we did there. We spaced it out. And then at the end here, we add a few more kicks to add a little more variety. Real simple with the perks. Just 1 there and 1 there. And then some extra kicks thrown out as well. And you can see towards the end of the second bar, a little bit more on the kicks. So you'll see that in a lot of boom bap, a lot of towards the end of each bar or every other bar, there's a few more kicks that go in. And then at the start of each bar, open hi-hat. So a little bit more going on in this one. You can also see there's a little bit of a pattern between these 2 where there's some stuff going on, maybe a slight pause. You can see here we have nothing filled out there. We have some space here, a little bit of space here, but then it gets busier towards the end. You'll see that that's very common in a lot of boom bap. Let's go to the last one. So this one I'm going to approach 2 different ways. First, we're going to look at the first bar. Let's take a listen. So I'm just looping that first part here. Again, pretty simple, just a kick, snare. Again, throwing an extra kick towards the end of the bar. We have an open hi-hat. Interesting enough, it's in the middle here. It's not in the very beginning. Kind of a little unexpected there, along with the kick there in the middle. That helps flesh this out and keep it moving more than a simple kick snare pattern, which is nice. You can use a simple kick snare pattern for the most part, but this allows you to add a little more variety. And then the double percussion there just adds a nice little extra touch that helps keep it moving. Let's listen again. And then the second part of this, and so you could pretty much use that for your main for your main beat. If you want to add a little variety, you can switch it up a little bit. We're going to add in an extra snare here, an extra kick as well. And then obviously here, we're adding in these hi-hats. I kept these relatively low. I took the volume down on these, you can see there. We didn't want those to overpower the beat, so let's hear it. So that adds a nice little bounce. That's really good if you just want to add in another pattern to switch it up. Maybe you want to do that on the hook. Maybe it's a bridge. Maybe it's every fourth bar. You want to do that. You just want to add a little bit of interest. And adding this helps keep it moving as well. So there you have it. There's 3 boom bap drum patterns. You got some tips and tricks in there. You kind of got some principles to follow so you could build your own. If you like these are all in the boom bap MIDI drum guide. You get the actual guide. You get the MIDI files, you get the MIDI stems. There's 50 of these, and they each have multiple patterns, so it's really almost like 100 different patterns all together. So there's a lot in there. You could follow this, build your own. If you want to get the drum guide and just speed up your process, it saves you time, helps beat block. Use that as well. Either way, I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you have a good time making boom bap drum patterns.